Welcome back. Here we are, grand final edition of Any Given Monday. Boys, how we going?
Very good, Roddy.
Right, man.
I had a week absence, but I'm back and I'm ready to go.
Because you're cheating on it, bro.
No, you're going to harp on again. Once she hears this, she's going to slap fuck out of me. It's all your fault. How's your week, Roddy? What's been happening?
Nothing. Working.
Working?
Just
Yeah,
working,
good
chilling
stint
out.
on the syrup tonight or what?
Won't mind having a couple. It would be nice to relax.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Thing when you stop playing footy or going to footy shit, and it's that massive drop.
The depression, I feel you.
After watching West gets towed up last week.
Oh, well, it was ugly, eh? Real ugly.
I said I'll just go into the North League sub for a bit with me and my mate with the last two dudes to leave.
I went back to Mitchie and sat around with the boys, and by the time all the A grade boys come back, it was just a somber feeling for like 3 or 4 hours until everyone started getting a bit turned up.
Snowing at Mitchie, bro.
Yeah, and then the snow came down, the boys were into it, didn't matter. And Butters was half naked by the end of the night, dancing in the middle of the fucking floor. And I was like,
I saw the Snapchats. I see the vibe picked up quite a lot.
Yeah, I didn't pick up. But anyway, you want to introduce the boys or what? Right, let's go.
Oh, well, big show tonight. Freddie, you've outdone yourself. I must apologise because I made a joke to a mate today that you were hoping Penrith win so you won't look like a bigger creep than Tyrone May in rugby league. But I'll apologise for that now because I was going to put a poll up. But I'll do that tomorrow.
I don't understand the reference.
Because you don't know anything about rugby league, bro. It's like rugby league.
We've got the great man, Jharal. Yeah,
it's good to be back, boys. Thanks for having me. It's fucked. He's really just lent right into it, and it's really good to be back. Might I just add, Christian is getting a lot of praise here. I mean, if I didn't come, I don't think Geordie comes tonight.
Yeah,
so
that's massive.
Just give the rap to me, boys. So thanks, Jharal. No problem. Yep, good to be here. And,
he did claim it, and then it wasn't until later on you were coming too.
No,
all the pieces fell into place.
I was always going to come. I was just taking the piss out of Geordie too the other night when he's like, "Yeah, can you come with me?" I was like, I just got to check my schedule, brother. I don't know. I'm not sure if I can come.
A jam-packed schedule.
It was getting down to it where I was like, because I asked Keenan as well. I was like, Keenan, you sit on the mic. I'll just sit over there and say nothing.
It's a win for Keenan because he's got a new child at the moment, and he'll do anything to get out of the house.
Yeah.
He's 2 weeks in.
Seen videos of him changing nappies. Don't look too comfortable.
Anyway, we probably should introduce introduce the other guest that's here, who I've brought actually. So my friend, good friend, Brisbane Broncos, North Queensland Cowboys, Kiwi, Jordan Kahu. Welcome, mate.
Kia ora. Thanks for having me, boys.
Terrific.
That was a great introduction. I get you introduce me next time we go out.
Yeah, thank you. Well, look, it's not my first rodeo, boys. It's definitely not my first. Well,
it's comfortable behind the mic.
Second here, and it's good to see that you've done some good things to the place.
You're here for the best.
Freddie's USA jerseys, bro.
Look, it hasn't moved. I put up a protest while we bring that down last time. It looks great, Christian. Yeah. I like it.
Thanks.
You look how small you look next to Bill there.
Well, 76 kilos there.
Jesus.
Yeah, 76.
You look a rake.
And that was all cock, like 70 kilos.
It's like a greyhound, dick and rib, bro.
Holy heck.
What do you weigh now?
At the moment, I'm about 80, but that's just
get on the jab, bro. Straight away.
Don't do that, boys. Sorry, Geordie, you should probably say. I was going to say from a professional athlete to another, but I'm not anymore.
Yeah. So. But Freddie's not professional, so you can get on the jab all he wants. Straight on it. What do you guys think about grand final predictions? Bold fucking calls. What's going on? What do you reckon?
It's a huge week. It's always a huge week in the rugby league calendar. Which Queensland in general, actually, at the moment is booming. Right, we've got AFL. Playing this weekend.
How good's that?
Which is a milestone in itself. I don't give a fuck really, but it's good. It's good to have it for Queensland. It's good to have it for our AFL partners here in Queensland, and it would have been a bit better if the Lions were.
100%.
Going down to Geelong last week hurt really.
I had a chance to talk to Charlie Cameron just after they lost last week, and Geordie knows I like to jump on some Mad Mondays.
Did you go?
No, I didn't go, but he asked me to come and I turned it down. I've got a reputation to going to Mad Mondays and
rubber arm.
Just on that,
having fun.
Has your suspension from Broncos Future Man Mad Mondays been lifted?
No, it hasn't, Geordie. Yeah. Remember when I hurt Oti last time? It's very well known.
So what you're saying is we got to cut Oates' contract short.
Then
you can get back on the Mad Monday chain.
No, I think that I'll never be on another one. Yeah, I think it's just the facts. I'm 30 years old now.
After 10 or 12, you sort of start thinking.
Well, it's 11 years in the making. I haven't played for 6 of those, so I think I've had a good run, boys.
And boys, just looking at you two missed playing with each other by a year. Or
Yeah.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
1 year. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, who were the wingers at the time, Flay? When I left, it would have been you and Gags? No, Gags left as well.
Me and Oti.
You and Brains. Yeah.
Started off the year, me and Lockie, I think.
Yep,
Lockie
Moranta.
Moreno, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of young talent coming through, so we've been pretty blessed, to be honest, at the Bronx.
You might not have played if you didn't get hurt, but
Or
a few of us.
I probably would have stayed Oates. He wouldn't have played.
He might have stayed in the second row.
Oh well, that's what I reckon. He needs to stop talking shit, man. Honestly, if he's going to do it, just do it. Is he here next year? Wait, hold on.
Who knows?
Yeah, I never know what's going on. with
Geordie,
that kid,
you
bro.
signed up for a couple of years again?
No.
at Bronx?
I'm a full-time videographer now.
Oh, really?
Well, he doesn't know what he's doing.
I don't know what I'm doing. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
still trying to figure that out.
Mm.
Well,
There's some things in the work. I think he's going overseas. NFL, I think.
that'd be mad.
Yeah.
Kicker?
You're supposed to say yes.
Kicker?
So everyone's going to get the Kahu jersey now, like the Hayne jersey.
Oh well, it'd probably sell more. Not
Nice.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
I do know a lot of people who bought that Hayne jersey, and none of them wear it now
Yeah.
after that
I
first
wonder
2
why.
months.
I wonder why.
Did you buy one?
No.
Okay. No, just thought you and him were mates. That's all.
No.
Back on the predictions, I suppose,
yeah,
boys.
yeah. I was going to say, I asked the question 5 minutes
What we're
ago.
here for. Personally, I know. I think Melbourne are just going to be too good.
Yeah.
My heart says Penrith, and look, I was a really big Penrith fan when back in 2003. I've been a Preston Campbell fan my whole entire life. So, he went from the Sharks straight to the Penrith Panthers to the Gold Coast, and I followed his career. I didn't really follow a team, and that year, when they won that grand final was amazing. I mean, all odds against them. They were the underdogs that year. I still remember Luke British jumping out to the right, faking to the field goal and throwing a Rooney straight to Rooney on the wing, and in that rain that started pissing down. That was a pretty big moment for the West.
It's amazing how they keep coming in underdogs in all these grand finals. The 2 grand finals they won, they were minor premiers and came into both grand finals heavy underdogs. And same again this year, they were minor premiers going to the grand final, face Melbourne, paying $2.40 or whatever.
Well, you
that
could probably ask Geordie. I mean, Flay, Penrith, you've played this young side. I mean, there's probably a few different players in it since you played them, but they're pretty energetic and you can tell they're hungry.
They remind me a lot of how we were in 2015, to be honest. Like the young side, just throw the footy around. Few young,
Second phase was phenomenal this year for them.
Yeah, crazy. They just love to play. That Luai reminds me of Milf.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely.
How good's he?
But just with
Like
fucking
Lua.
weight behind him.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't worry, Millie had weight behind him.
But
Don't worry about that.
also with Luai, like remind you of Milford, he's got that same flair, but he's also playing next to like blokes either inside and outside that he's been playing with for years.
Yeah. that's
Whereas
true.
Milford come up from Canberra, he had blokes around him that he might have played with before, but didn't really have that connection. Whereas Luai comes into grade and just kills it with Crichton outside him and Liam Martin and
Luai seems
Cleary.
also
And
he can kind of settle down a bit more than
Yeah.
one quicker than Milford.
Yeah.
They don't play real structured either, so they'll pop up, and then you've got Kickow, who's a massive sell either way. Even games he doesn't have
Beast.
big meters.
Yeah.
They're using him as a decoy, and he's dragging the D around.
I've never been able to play him, but
Dragging the D round. I
Have you-
had that problem too.
well, there's his first joke of the night, boys. Tick it off. No, big kick out though. You would have played on the other, played against him.
Yeah, bro.
Hard to handle.
Bro, crazy.
Yeah.
He's just one of those big guys. He's got feet as well. You know when you get tackle a big guy, you just worried about getting him to the ground. But it's the worst when they can run fast
Light.
and step as well.
Yeah.
You don't want to get stepped by a big guy.
You
And
played
he's
him. You played him, Freddie World Cup.
Yeah.
Did you give him the treatment?
Yeah, I did. I think he's still,
you come up and
he's
just
still
defend him a
talking
couple of
about
times. Yeah.
Stop running.
Is
at
that
me.
the same
You'll
day you
get
tried to
more.
fight Vunivalu, or is that a different time?
yeah, no.
What happens to you, fuckwit? Wanting to fight Vunivalu?
Okay, actually, I've got something to ask you because I've heard he's a great person, Salisu Vunivalu, but I've also heard off the field, but I've heard on the field he's a pain in the ass. Like he's just
Really?
a pest, and he's like Flay. Is that true?
There's a lot of people like that.
Like he
Wait.
carries on a bit.
I don't want to say anything.
What?
I don't want to say anything.
That's
but
fair
he,
enough.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Fair
there's
enough.
a lot of people like that. As soon as they cross that white line, there's no mates. And
Yeah, that's
he's
it.
It's probably a
one
good
of
thing.
them.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
what brings out the best in people.
With Vunivalu, he on the field, he roughed my face up. So I got up and I pushed him. And he's
Did a
like,
good job
what
of it.
the fuck? And I'm running away, and I'm like, don't worry about it. And then as soon as that siren went, nicest guy.
Yeah.
Fijian, mate. They're, beautiful people.
Oh, but you'd be upset if you get in the field and someone wasn't fucking like upper and energetic and wanted to fucking get in. Like, obviously not to the point of being a massive grub, but like if he wasn't aggressive enough on the field that if he got pushed, he wasn't coming back.
Blake Ferguson,
like, bro,
I don't know if you ever had witnessed this, but Blake Ferguson used to sort of like talk you out of doing what you were doing. Like when I used to play Blake Ferguson, he'd be like, "Yeah, good run, brother," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, and then I would score. He'd be like, "That was good, man. That was pretty good." I was like, "What?" So that's what I mean. So if he was trying to fuck with my head, he's done that because it's 2020 and I'm still talking about it. So he's really fucking got into my head, and I just feel like he's very vocal. Like Blake Ferguson was very vocal on the field as well. That kind of guy. Anyway, we better get back to the grand final because fuck, that's why we're here.
How many stories about your
I know.
career?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, just while thinking about Geordie, with your career, what position would you prefer to play the whole time?
Fullback for sure.
Yeah.
Straight out of school, I was just always keen to play fullback. But yeah, it was hard. I remember when Wayne came to the club, and he was getting rid of all these players. He got rid of Barbs, got rid of Hoffy. I just remember I was like, fuck this, I'm not gonna wait. I got his phone number, I rang him, and I was worried that I was gonna get flicked too because I hadn't played much footy.
So you just straight up called him?
Yeah, I just called him and I was like, bro, I'm just sitting there waiting for your phone call. I just thought I'd ring you first.
Yeah.
And he said, nah, I've heard a little bit about you. You're not going anywhere. But what position do you want to play? And I said, this was before they signed Darbs.
Yeah.
And I said, I want to play fullback. And then he goes, well, I think you know that you're not playing there. And like kind of hinting that Darbs was signing for a long term. And then, I just never really got to stay there. I was kind of, it's probably been a bit of a curse, but a bit of a gem at the same time, being so versatile. Like, I've been able to play everywhere, but as soon as someone gets injured or someone gets hurt, I'm the first one to be thrown in.
If you don't know who Darbs is, that's Wayne Bennett's son, Darius Boyd. Just in case you haven't.
No, I got it.
Yeah.
Freddie's two brain cells just clicked. I was like, oh,
that's who he is, that guy.
No, I got it. Yeah, it's all good.
Especially
I sold pingers to him one time, so it's all good.
Wow.
Sorry.
You're a creature. Being an outside back too, there's always somewhere to fill in the outside backs, especially when you're the more versatile one. If there's a fullback spot, you get there maybe 3 or 4 weeks, and then you got to go into the centres for a couple of weeks, and then on the wing. And being a goal kicker too keeps yourself in the side a lot as well, even if you weren't in good form.
I think that's why, a good attribute about Geordie is that you can play anywhere, and he's the type of guy that, if the team needs someone to be put somewhere, he'll just go, yeah, I'll do that. He's a yes man. He's not going to say no. So, and there's not many of those. There's not many in this day and age. Flay, you probably back me up here, because there's so many young kids who are so confident. Yeah. There's none like that anymore. They're all just like, nah, I don't want to do that. I want this position, and that's that's a real loss for I think our generation of footy players coming through, and you'll see it at a lot of clubs these days. But yeah, it's a credit to himself, because you don't find those people anymore.
Thanks,
well, there's plenty of blokes up and leaving clubs just for positional changes and stuff like that. Like, obviously money's a big thing for a lot of people. They leaving clubs for money, but blokes leaving clubs for positional changes. Say a young fella starts on the wing and has a good season, maybe scores 10 tries, and he earns himself a bit more money, might move up in the pay bracket a bit, and then thinks, I want to have a crack at fullback, doesn't get it, and thinks, fuck off, and find somewhere that'll play me at fullback. Which isn't always a good thing, because, as you know, Geordie, it's a lot harder to just change in and out of positions and fit into a new club and a new culture.
Well, Geordie just did it. Geordie went to the Cowboys, right? And all credit to you, Flay. He had a kid who was the world at his feet, who went to NFL, who they've paid a lot of money for. Just he was the only person that kicked Flay out of his position. Do you know what I mean? It took someone fucking all the way up here for him have to come back here. So we just talked about this in the car. We were just saying he's got so many more years left in him. You don't know where you're going at the moment, but I think you'll figure it out, brother.
What's the goal, but? Sorry, Freddie.
No, it's all right. There you go.
What's the goal, but? Like, do you want to come back and continue your career with the Bronx, or do you want to sort of look elsewhere, or do you want to try and do something else, or what's the go?
Bro, the position the club's in at the moment, I'm real keen to hang around and help it get back on its feet. To be honest, it was tough to watch. The hardest thing probably this year was that I didn't get the opportunity to kind of help the team, and they're just going so rubbish, bro, and it was just hard to watch.
And I think we're missing, leaders. We're missing people with experience. So the more people we let go, like Jordan, we're what are we going to do? And we've got probably, it would be arguably say we've got the best kids that are under 23 in our team by far definitely. In the competition. But with that comes big responsibility, and we need people in the team, players who have experience, not just rugby league experience, like life experiences. Yeah. Because I find being around the Brisbane Broncos, I find that kids find it hard to deal with losses. Kids find it hard to deal with changes of I'm not playing this week. Yeah. And with people like Geordie around, with Lexi, with Mac is probably going to come back. It probably certainly looks like it, because Jalen Brayley's going to be fit and healthy next year, and
that'd be good.
We need it.
Yeah, we hope so. Well, we're losing Dubs. That's a lot of NRL experience.
It is a lot of NRL experience. And we need these players around.
It wasn't 12 months ago too. We lost Gillo. There's another big that's in 2 years you lose 500 games of NRL experience,
it's ridiculous.
And you bring 2 young kids in.
Yeah.
You need
Look
that
at
experience.
McCulloch, how well he played, going to a coach that had full confidence in him, in Adam O'Brien, and you could see that coming. And he was scoring tries, he was killing it. And one of the reasons they fell away towards the end, they didn't have him in the middle, making 1,000 tackles. And you know what? The ball playing,
the relationship that Terps and Macca have, it could work. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It could totally work. It just. I don't think we experienced. We tried to experience it enough. We didn't try to experiment. Enough with it.
Well, how many sides have had those two similar style players in the 17 and gone on to win?
But a lot of sides this year too have played 2 hookers. Like even when we were killing at the Broncos, we had Nicarima coming off the bench as well, and Nico come on and just carve.
He's lethal. He's lethal.
Because 14's got to be considered a fucking position on the field. Because with Nicarima, Ben Hunt did it for a while before he was full time. Out. Yeah.
Bro,
your 14's a utility. Your utility is important, bro. It's you guys know this. You know what I mean? This is no professional people that know this. Everyday punters. You boys, you know it. That's not a I got the 14 jersey.
Well, Geordie would know the lift it brings firsthand. When you were playing, when Nico was at the bench, and then you start to get to that period, the 30-minute period comes on, and then Wayne would bring Cody off the bench, and he'd carve him up the guts and score a try under the stick. And the whole team is just around him, and it's a fucking
He's such a touch, when he plays that type of footy when they're on the back foot. It just reminds me of watching a touch team. Yeah. He just gets out and goes bang, bang. He'll look one way, but he's gone the other.
And everyone knows it's coming, but because he's fresh, running around the middle around tired forwards.
You don't see that when you're a forward.
No, that's the other thing.
And a lot of clubs did it this year, having especially now the game's sped up a lot, having that extra middle on the extra hooker on the bench to come in and carve sides up. The teams that are playing one hooker are sort of at a disadvantage almost.
Is Jaden getting another shot?
He's trial and training with the Warriors. Man, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to say it here first. He'll walk into that team.
He's a gun.
I'm telling you right now, he's a very good footy player, man.
Yeah.
Hey, look how fit. I've seen his Instagram shit. He looks fit as fuck
at the moment.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And that's the other thing. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird because. This, you've experienced this, Jaden. Yeah. We've all experienced this, Jaden. Not going to lie to you. You don't. Loose, This Jaden is a different breed. He understands he can be this guy, but the person he is right now is I had him on my potty, and I was blown away by how much he's changed. But the stories he came with, of what he went through and who he was fuck, bro.
Will it be weird for him playing with Kieran when it was Kieran's brother that he asked that someone teed him up to take the fall for him on that Mad Monday?
Who?
Adam Kieran from the Warriors. That was his brother.
Was his brother? He asked to
he was advised. He was advised by people because my mate's his uncle, and he said he was getting advice on to do that. When he got in a bit of trouble.
No, look, I don't think anyone had anything to do with him. I think he he done what he done and he knew what he done. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and now he is where he is, so we don't need to worry
He
about
wears
it.
that,
So,
right?
Yeah.
And he wears that, and he's not like.
But-
Some blokes don't think they did wrong, or they think they're unlucky in life, and you get that all over the place.
Yep.
But he's just come out and gone, yeah, I've fucked things up.
That's
and
going to be a
I
good.
want to fix it up.
That's going to be a very good side next year. That Warriors side, they got so much talent.
Oh man, not
And-
even just
and
talent,
even their forwards,
like
bro.
the drive
Jazz
they have.
Tavanga is fucking unbelievable.
Just the resilience they'll have after this year,
100.
bro.
That's a question actually.
What?
If the Warriors came calling, would you like? Do
100%,
you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
you're going home. Like, would you
Yeah.
go?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, New Zealand,
Geordie-
the Vodafone Warriors. You heard it here first on
You
the
from South Island?
any
or-
given Monday.
Nah, I'm from Wellington, North Island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bro.
What do you-
Capital.
Jharal,
Yeah.
what do you think with Reddy becoming their feeder? Like,
Yeah.
Love it. I think
Yeah.
it's the dumbest thing we've ever done. I think the dumbest thing So I just get so used to saying that. I think that's the dumbest thing the Broncos ever done,
it was
because
strange.
it's
that-
very strange, man.
Yeah, weird.
You know what? And they're only taking one club.
Yeah.
They're only taking North. And for me,
Who is the Broncos?
only
Yep.
North.
Yeah.
and then
really,
yeah, and this
Yeah.
is for me. This is what
No
I think
no
as a
South.
ex-player there. I
North
think it's
boy.
selfish as fuck,
Yeah.
bro.
Why are
Because
they doing that?
I don't know. I think we're going to put all our kids in one basket, but I think it's selfish to the Queensland Cup that we don't get to distribute our awesome players out into the game, and let them, build themselves instead of building a one team. If we're going to do that, every team must do that in the comp, and then you play each other. You play
exactly.
Reggies.
And then you get a Reggies.
Yeah,
grade.
but you
Because
don't do it here.
if the Bronx are sending, like, they'd probably they'd send 8 or more then to North every week.
That's a few.
Well, no, it's
More than
it's
that.
more than that, bro. Because you only we play 17.
Oh,
we
yeah,
have
and you got
18.
30
We got a
in
top 30. So you'd
So
have
you're taking
12.
12.
Yeah,
It's probably
it's-
an average of
when-
4 and 5 injured, and the
Yep.
rest.
yeah.
Oh no.
When Manly send all those kids to Blacktown, it's a fair chunk of their squad. So it'd be the same. There'd
And
be
how's
a
that-
lot of North kids. There'll be a lot of North guys not getting a go.
And don't get me,
because-
yeah, and that's the other thing. And don't get me wrong, like I come through a North system, man. I don't want heaps of Bronx kids coming through if I'm coming through as a North boy. If I played 100 games for North as junior,
Yeah, well,
and then not being able to push through
Yeah.
because
There's
of that.
Genuine cuppers are going to be pushed from playing
Oh,
cup
yeah.
at North back to playing A grade at Valleys. You're like,
Yeah.
I don't know that.
yeah, bro, it's behind the scenes, Geordie.
What was your,
doors for other clubs?
Well, it is, but like what? There's no Brisbane clubs,
Mm.
But still,
So
Raiders are with South, aren't they?
no, they used to be
Yeah.
They're with who are they with now?
the Raiders.
They were with Mounties.
They're with the
but-
Mounties.
Yeah.
They
but
are
no,
still
they've changed. They're the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
Now.
That's yeah.
Yeah, that only just happened. So I don't know who the Raiders will be with. And you look at them, like they'd send heaps of kids
Well,
back.
we've had Reedy came through the Raiders system, so he was at South. So he came through the Raiders system as well. So yeah, on that, I like if you're asking me personally, I think it's a load of shit.
It's a shamozzle,
You know what?
I reckon. It's
I'll
fucking
do
weird.
I'll help if I'm asked, but I think for the game of rugby league, I think it's not good for Queensland Cup because you got the likes of like Xavier Coates who come from Tweed, so we've got we're dragging the best players, little Reese, we're dragging the best players from even there and putting them in one club. They're going to kill the competition. It's going to be easy. It's not going to be.
and as you should
good.
do with a stack side like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
If you got 12 fringe first graders in a cup.
remember
side,
when they
Right.
were the Clydesdales, and
Well,
they'd always be up there. It'd be
that's
one
what
of
I
the
mean.
gun side. It'd go back to that. And when they spread them out, I think it was 2008. I thought, well, this is a bit different.
Yeah.
But it made the comp stronger
Yeah.
because there's all these
So
blokes
the
playing.
Clydesdales were Toowoomba, Flo,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you didn't know. So
And they made the GF, they died now.
but
Gone.
like Sammy, like Kay, like all the boys played in that
Yeah,
before they
yeah.
played for the Bronx, and their team was stacked. It was stacked. Siebes played in it too.
Yeah.
He was.
Did,
Yeah.
Yeah, they had and they'd
Gags
always
is
get a
dead?
few.
Hey.
Gags is dead.
Yeah. Yes, he
Did they?
was. Yeah, he was. Uncle Ray.
Uncle
Yeah,
Ray.
yeah.
yo.
Did you see he was
Yeah.
he was playing at the knockout a couple of years
Yeah.
ago,
Bro.
second year.
Bro,
Side.
I'm not gonna
And-
lie to you. He
and
can
more
play.
than holding his own.
He can play footy, but damn, he can dance, bro.
Bro, the
Fuck,
windmill
man.
way.
Oh,
Always bust
cuz
out a windmill.
every time we get pissed with Gags'
Always,
dad,
bro.
he does the break dance.
Bro, he is the
Fuck,
man.
bro. He's the man, eh? Him and Uncle Shane can't dance that good, but he can drink. Hoffy's dad can drink. Yeah.
What about Mackay? Speaking about Mackay,
Mactown.
look at all them blokes. How many good footballers
Well-
come from around their age group?
Well, let's name them. You got Dane Gagai, Daly Cherry Evans, Dane Nielsen, Josh Hoffman, Wendell Saylor,
Brett Dallas.
Brett Dallas. Man, that's 6 of elite of the best who have come from there.
Where did the Barbers come from?
Sorry, man.
I'm sorry. We've probably missed the Dally M winner.
Yeah.
The Barbers, and Aaron was probably going to be the best, half to ever play one of the, in the game, and he's got the best.
And look at
happens to the best of us, bro. Don't worry about it.
It's just like in Brisbane in general, like Broncos, they pump out outside backs. Like you guys, like the cream of the crop. I think every club grabs a Bronco outside back to join.
Well, that's what I was trying to explain to someone the other day. Like everyone's talking about, we need to start like all the signings. Like we need to look at recruitment and that. I was like, well, when you look at the best Broncos sides that have been around, it's not about recruitment. It's about development. Like Lockyer Bronx. We didn't drag him from anywhere. He was a Bronco.
I'll say this.
Petro.
I'll say this,
Parker,
and I won't say too much more. But we need to get kids who are in our radius in this Brisbane and Queensland area, and that's.
And hold on.
I'll say nothing else.
Yeah, but we got to hold on to them. That's the point. That's what I'm saying. We got to hold on to the kids instead of letting them go and then trying to drag bits from bits and pieces. Because every time we've had success, it's through homegrown fucking
true.
And once someone's in our system, if we hold on to them, like we did a Parker, a Seven Seaver, a Webkey, they just come through the system, and then we end up around about.
I think when we lost Moose, honestly, I reckon Josh Maguire was a big part of a lot of development for our kids, for our younger fellas now.
You're talking about leaders and that. One thing about
ruthless guy,
but he is one of those blokes who crosses the line. He's a nut job, and he shows the way. He's always putting his hand up. I was surprised he wasn't in that Origin 27.
I am very. And
I'm not because I reckon that's just way Uncle Wayne.
I think
it's the way he does stuff, bro. And that's a silent say to Josh, like, hey, bro, you're not playing outstanding at the moment, so. But Wayne wouldn't say that to him, you know what I mean? He works like that.
He probably just forgot, to be honest.
He probably felt in the selection, he's probably asleep.
He probably just got to the end of the list and was like, shit.
You can back this up. How many times have you seen him fall asleep at random places, bro?
Really? I've got that many videos. We used to just leave him on the bus and everyone would because he'd always sit at the back of the bus. Everyone would climb over him, just jump out of the bus and leave him on the bus, bro. And then would slap on the windows outside.
When the best one was when we were at the dinner, like at a team dinner before the game. We were sitting there, and I could not believe what I was seeing because I only go down sometimes for media stuff, and he was just sitting there in the middle of dinner. Dinner's getting mains are getting served, and he's just like.
He normally does it when we go out for warm up.
Yeah, they said he sits in the corner, crosses his legs, and just has a little nap. I think it's because of he has to look after Justin a fair bit, his son, who's so I think he doesn't obviously get a lot of sleep.
Yeah,
that's
and probably trying to keep track of all his mistresses as well.
Okay, there's another bloke who's going to sue us now. All right,
you don't want Uncle Wayne here, mate. Don't worry.
So, Geordie, for you, who was like one bloke you couldn't believe you got to play with, like someone you were happy to play with, the best player you ever played with, and the biggest pest you ever played with?
Holy good.
We spoke about the pest. The Josh Maguire, easy. Pest, easy, bro. Just and real gross as shit too. Just takes it way too far to the point where you want to fight him, mate.
It's. He thinks it's funny because he grew up with four brothers, so they would do sick stuff to each other.
And does he go to the extreme because he knows he's mates with you? Or
But everyone who's ever been asked that question posed to the Bronx, I feel like says move straight away.
Just too far, you want to fight him sometimes.
No. So at Mad Mondays,
and his laugh,
he would always go that one extra too far because he loves pushing the limits. And some of the shit he says was fucked up, man.
Yeah.
But then he would be like, he realised afterwards, he'd be like, okay, that's where we're going to draw the line. But we'd be like, fuck, bro, you can't do that, man. It's too much. But that's Moose, and I think he grew up in his dad's in the army. He grew up, pretty tough. So he's got all those. We all know his brothers. His brothers are rough as well. So
they got a bit of grub in them.
The Maguires in general. That's just them. Beautiful. Their mother's beautiful. But she's Samoan, she's a very strong woman, so she would have brought him up strong as well when the dad was overseas. So you can see it all adds up. Yeah. It just all adds up.
Player I couldn't believe I played with was probably Benji.
Yeah.
He was part of the reason I come across the league. not many people know, but my grandma, his grandma, are actually sisters.
Exclusive.
Oh, really?
Exclusive.
Yeah.
There you go, boys. See, this is what you do here on any given Monday.
Yeah,
nice.
pretty crazy.
You couldn't have waited till my potty to say this. Thanks, bro.
Hey, just
It's all
trying
good.
to cut our grass, bro. We're here live. What do you think?
It's mad.
As a junior, mate, just your rugby.
Rugby,
Yeah.
yeah. All I wanted to do was be an All Black when I was
Yeah.
younger.
Watching
And-
them play on the weekend, I can see why.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like every
How's-
little kid's
how's that?
dominant.
Caleb Clark, the winger.
Bro,
Yeah.
unreal,
He's
eh?
beast mode, man. This guy. Oh,
Unreal.
Unattackable.
His dad played for
I don't
All
know a
Blacks
lot
too.
about rugby union, but for me, if I ever say that if I've got a favourite All Black at the moment, like in the last 10 years, I think that Geordie Barrett.
yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, his brother's the man.
What's
mate.
his? No, wait, maybe it's
Bowden.
his brother,
Bowden.
Bowden Barrett. That's it. That's
He
him.
wears the
Yeah.
long sleeves.
Yeah,
with
so
his gold.
I don't know much
Man.
about rugby union, but every time I watch that team play, I think he's a freak.
Bro,
Like he
there's
plays,
15,
kills it.
there's 15 on the field, 14 defensive line, and he's still untouchable.
He looks like he'll do your taxes. Like he'll just carve you
The
up,
accountant,
bro.
Cameron Smith.
He'll
That's like
carve
Cameron
you up,
Smith.
bro.
You know, the accountant, Cameron Smith's the
Yeah.
accountant as well.
And for both of you is about Cameron Smith, what do you think of him as a player? Like,
Oh,
when,
bro.
The man.
yeah.
Well, Geordie said it about Benji. It's a privilege for me to say that I ever even set foot on a field and got to play footy with arguably the greatest player to ever put on a Queensland Australian
Yeah.
jersey. And at the time,
Besides Darren Lucky, but yeah, continue.
Yeah.
well,
Close, yeah.
D-
you're right.
D-Lock is
It's like the LeBron
Michael Jordan
debate.
debate,
Bro.
you
That
know.
one.
Yeah.
they're both great in their own right. And yeah, like I still pinch myself to think that I'm one of those players to be in the six in a row with Cam, to play at a Four Nations with him, and yeah, to know that he will go down, that I'll get to tell, I got a son on the way, that I'll get to tell my son, I played with that man. There was, your father played with that man. So yeah, for me, I've got my greats, and for me, the most influential player I've ever played side was probably Jonathan Thurston, because every time he touched the ball, it just looked easy for him. But Cameron Smith for me is arguably probably the greatest of all time. And 423 games, 54 Australians, 43 Australian,
He's still
Queensland.
killing it. He's played 400
ridiculous.
games.
I
I don't think we'll be alive, guys. I don't think we'll be alive to see something else like this.
No, I don't think so. And
Honestly.
I think why all the talk about him retiring. Why the fuck do you retire when you're still at the top of the game?
Bro, he
I don't
came
know.
he came
Yeah.
8th in the Dally M voting this year. He's still got it. What the
He's won.
fuck are
He
you guys
won his
looking
boys. He won his 10th Daily M. 10th. He won his 10th. So he was in the squad for 10th time. He's played 18 years in rugby league.
Bro, how
What the fuck?
how about he just never looks tired? It makes me so
No.
angry.
No, and he's what he's a
Never.
he's a genius, bro. Like when you hear him in meetings, you go, I never even looked at it like that. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
something you sit around and go, I've never even thought about what you just said just then.
But
Freddie says that every time we talk about a game plan for the weekend.
He goes, oh my God, I didn't even know
Really?
that kid's...
But it's true. It's true.
I mean,
He loves the
halfway
Broncos.
through the season, he calls me and goes, "Oh, are you watching the Para game? There's this kid in the back row. He's killing it, bro. I think he must be new. His name's Ryan Madison." I was like, "No, bro. He was in the New South Wales system last
Then
year."
I go to him, your mate Box? He goes, yeah, it's his nephew.
Yeah.
Is it really? Right. I'm going,
He was in the New South Wales system
Christian,
last
you
year, bro.
never
He's a
never
freak.
cease to amaze everyone on this podcast, mate.
all I do is watch the Bronx, and that's it. You know, like
with
cop
Cameron,
that.
with Cameron Smith, it's funny how the public perception of him's changed. Like once, all Queenslanders, if the Bronx got knocked out in the semis, they'd all go Melbourne, all be on Melbourne to try and win it. Now, things like when Greenberg gave his missus a $1,500 diamond ring
Yeah.
for 400,
400.
but that's, and like as people say, that's not him saying, "Can you give me missus a 15 grand
Yeah, well,
ring?"
I'll say this: when you become the greatest at everything, people will try to bring you down the hardest way they
Oh,
possibly
exactly.
can.
And that's what's happening.
That's
here.
the same.
especially
There's-
Australian culture.
Oh,
like,
but
talk
and
about
also
this
that's
syndrome.
what Geordie was saying before about the LeBron and
Yeah.
and Jordan.
You
thing.
can't just
Both
let
of
them
those
be
blokes
great.
Have
You
the
can't-
most
yeah.
hate of
Yeah.
anyone. LeBron wins his 4th title this year, and everyone goes, "Oh, didn't mean shit.
In the
He's a
bubble.
he's a bum.
Yeah.
Like they beat the Miami. He's a bum. What the fuck? It's like
Yeah.
no, just
You
let
just-
him be great.
Well,
bro.
you know what?
Fuck.
It's the people that say this stuff and the people that create this are people who are so insecure that they fuck themselves. Like, you can't let someone be great, and that's the
Yeah.
way Cameron Smith
Yeah.
is being perceived right now. Smithy's a great guy. He's a family man. You know, look at what he's done to the game. If Cameron Smith isn't in the game, we don't have these superstars that come through the game right now and want to follow someone like him. Like, look at the hectic cheese man.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Like, man, we're gonna see him for the next 12 years of our life, and we're gonna enjoy it because he was caressed and looked after by Cameron Smith.
And same as Harry Grant.
Cheese has turned into like a cult hero.
Isn't it funny? Yeah, with the cheese. Every time you hear they're going to do an interview on anything, you crank the radio
Fucking
up.
everyone's on
listen.
Because he's a character, man.
He was on the when I
Loves
finished
it.
work nights last night, and when he was on the rush hour Mark Guy, I saw this come up on Facey. So I went through onto their app just to find it, to listen to that as I was driving home. Just to hear his stories and things he gets up to and how much he loves footy.
You need characters in the game like him. Like, that's when the Fox started coming through and started showing his stuff. And he was out there and celebrating and whatever, and everyone loved it. Like, kids everywhere just wanted to be the Fox running down fucking GI doing the goanna. There's kids everywhere doing goanna.
When I went to watch Freddie play World Nines for the USA, the best thing ever was every time the Fox got the ball and he just lighted up the whole crowd. It goes sick.
That's all they wanted was the Fox that
and then you just thought, how fucking good's this?
Well, it's a cool. You would have seen it. You know, when Sammy Thaiday gets the ball at Suncorp Stadium, it's exactly like that every time. Or when he's, you know, when you get to it's number 11, match 11, and then you get, you know, number 12, Sam Thaiday, the crowd just goes off. And you know, if we don't witness someone like Sam Thaiday, not just because of how he plays, but the character he is, you know, who would the Broncos be?
Yeah.
Like, he's so valuable to that club, and he makes so much, not just money, revenue, but fans happy. Like, they're the characters we need.
It was like George Rose at Manly.
Yeah.
People loved him because he's a big chunky bloke
100.
who looks like he should be playing back out in the country.
It's like a young Mitch Bucket at Wynnum, you know.
Bucks, bro.
So, Jordy, you know Buckets as well?
Bro, I played with him, bro. The man.
Legend, eh?
Yeah.
He is, and he's such an... He's so, like, awkward, eh?
But he's the man.
Oh, he's fucking...
He's my roomie for,
We gave him that fucking trophy last week for the skull challenge. We did this skull
challenge.
Oh, yeah,
he did, eh?
Yeah, we got this trophy, and he was pretty pumped about it.
I'm filthy.
Yeah.
What did I finish on that, actually?
I think you're close to the bottom, bro. I don't even think we put you up there.
No, that's bullshit.
No, you're between Paisley and Keenan.
Paisley was...
Because Keenan
wasn't a real deal.
I think Keenan did twice, though. He did too.
Yeah, he did do two.
So that doesn't count. You're only as good as your first one, mate. So, you know, he can't...
Rubbish at sculling,
if you give me a
we
skull
sip
off...
like birds, bro. That's why we let the boys do it.
It started because he's got the trophy, so it's an annual thing. So you want to set the record tonight, bro.
Well, I think I've got...
That's why he came back.
Yeah.
That's why he was keen.
Look, I think there's a... I think you guys are doing it very... not traditionally. That's what I want to put out.
With the pickup.
Yeah, I think it's not traditional because if I'm at the pub, like this is all about having a drink at this is what I think this podcast is about is being at the pub with your mates, drinking and talking shit, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not stopping my friends at the pub and going, all right, boys, everyone on the table, let's put your glasses down, can't touch it, no, and then everyone go.
The thing is, it's not like it's an everyone do this thing. It's if you want a shot at the title, bro, you step up and have a go.
Yeah, well,
you don't have to drink if you don't want to, but if you want,
this is what I mean. You want to layer up at the pub, and that's what this is about. So I think you're doing it too fancy for your podcast. I think it's got to be traditional.
No one will beat Buck, eh?
No.
Because I think
Shorty's the best at getting me to bite.
I think if someone pushes Buck, he's just going to all right, hold my beer, I'll do it faster.
I'm pretty sure I've seen him do like a big pint, and he there's one gulp, bro.
Just inhales a day. I don't know.
How funny how he says that, like, because that became his thing, he was like, fuck, this is my thing. So every time he has to get wasted.
Fuck,
if you're the best, you got to do it all the time.
And
he can't remember Mad Mondays. He can't remember Mad Mondays because everyone goes, Scully.
But that's what the Mad Monday should be about.
Yeah,
right?
but then you get to a party and everyone's there, and then another person comes like, "Oh, have you seen Buck's skull yet, bro? Bucks, do it again.
Oh, yeah,
this guy
no
wants
problem.
to see his
Right.
skull."
I remember warming up at Redcliffe, and Bucks was playing Colts, and he runs off the field. He's probably told this story on the air, but he runs off the field, and we're like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I just shit my pants out on the field." And we're like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, I farted. I thought it was going to be a fart."
Oh,
but
it
came out as
sharted, yeah.
shit, and he just
Have you ever shit your pants on the field?
Nah, not, bro. I've
Have you?
Field,
I'll check my
never shut
budgies
myself
afterwards,
up.
and I've had skitties.
Nah, I've never.
Bro, what's the pre-game food? But what are you eating?
No.
What are you eating pre-game?
always Subway for lunch,
So
but anything else,
might be farm material. Subway,
Sponsored. That's a sponsor too.
nah. Shout out to Subway. Nah, Subway. That's only on home games. But away, I'll just whatever's at the hotel.
Yeah. And Geordie, you're going to start pre-season though?
Nah.
Well, if you can't.
Yeah,
if
so
you're not signed,
you're not
allowed to.
Insurance, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think what I'm hearing, and I don't know, maybe Flay does know, but I'm hearing the NRL are trying to push it back till Jan.
I think they're trying to make everyone push it back
To
just
Jan.
because give everyone a rest, especially like imagine
because of the bubble and
Imagine if you were someone like Felice Kafusi, for say, and you've just played all season, you can make it all the way to the grand final, and then you got to play 3 Origins back to back to back.
Yeah.
How are you ever supposed to go?
Yeah, but they wouldn't be back
I
till
know,
after.
but obviously
after
they wouldn't go
New
back.
Year's
no,
straight
Day
you
away.
wouldn't. But I
But
think
like-
the mandatory if you've played over a certain game, it's 8, isn't it, Flay? 8 weeks now.
6 to 8. I think it's 6 is the minimum.
But
That's
see,
on
this is the way
and
I see it. You're a
pre-season.
professional athlete, right? You're gonna come back like no matter what. You can lose what you have in a week, bro. Like no matter what. I don't care what anyone says. If your trainer sends you away, and I'm speaking from experience, you can lose what you have in a week. So if they're sending 8 weeks, and you're coming back and training your hardest, like they're gonna blow you out and off. You don't have to answer this question, but fucking hell, you boys got fucking blown out so bad. I've never seen a preseason like what I seen at the Broncos.
Oh yeah.
Never seen anything like
You
it.
reckon?
And I'm not even saying this because I've even spoke. I watched what I seen and I was like, holy fuck.
Even like over what we hear about
Melbourne,
Melbourne
man,
and
bro,
shit.
100%. I've never seen anything like that. Like and not the fact that I just think I just watched a lot of boys struggle to, back up and not say anything, just keep training. So yeah, it was tough for them.
You hear plenty of stories. I was listening to Chad Townsend's podcast, the Townsend Show, last
Sweet,
night.
let's talk about it on the
Oh,
podcast.
he was talking about your boy Ronaldo, and he had
Cristiano.
No, Ronaldo Molotov. It's a rugby league podcast.
I'm
so I don't know
joking.
nothing about soccer. But yeah,
He's got you on that one, Dave.
he had
a
Ronaldo
bite.
on, and Ronaldo was talking about like he was young, coming to grade, and just had like a bad night. Like he stayed up playing games and shit, and they had a con day the next day.
Bro.
And then he's like, I got to the con day, and everyone just kept pushing me, and like there's blokes dropping dead everywhere. At the start of preseason, they're doing con, and he's like, I was vomiting on myself, and they wouldn't let me stop, and just like keep going. It's just like
That's hectic,
that's the visual I got from your
Yeah,
thing
well,
about all
when
these
you're
blokes
young
having no
though, when
choice.
you're young, you don't win, Jay. You just do.
Mm.
You don't because you're not familiar, man. So you just shut up and do it. And if you pull out, well, you're not going to last long.
And you also make bad decisions, like as he was saying, like when he was younger, he's like, oh, I used to stay up, play games all night
Yeah.
till 2 a.m. and then try and do con the next day. And
Yep.
Townsend being older said,
Chicks
bro, I
as
would
well.
never
You
fucking
get
do
chicks,
that.
Isn't that
chicks.
weird?
Chicks,
eh?
there's the sponsors, bro.
Chicks, man.
Having a bad night meant we went out in the piss once. Now I stayed up gaming, and then I was struggling to fucking do conditioning.
Yeah, but you know what? If you game,
Well, you did, right?
if you
No,
get-
no.
if you game, I think
I'd
it's.
be out in the piss.
I could probably go to a training session and be hungover, like still pissed and train better. But if I'm tired and like game, because when you're pissed, you just
Yeah.
you don't have any.
You just keep
You
going.
just go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just your body's just like
Bro,
I
did
can't
you just-
feel anything anyway.
Did
Like
you just say Righty was gaming? Bro, when Righty
No,
was,
well,
when
that's what I thought
Righty
he
was
was
a
doing.
junior, bro, there was no computers, none of this.
Tetris.
Righty, at 30
He had
years
an
old, was
abacus,
playing
bro, and he
Atari.
was pulling beads over an abacus. Bro.
No, what's that? Pong.
Yeah.
Chattering.
30-year-old Righty's like, this Atari's fucking sweet, bro.
When I was first started coaching, blokes said I stayed
Quickly
up.
change the subject.
I stayed up late last night. I go, what, Joe? Get women around, or were you on the piss? And he goes, no, I was gaming. Are you fucking cracking jokes, cunt? You'll be right to play.
You're never going to admit that to your coach, though. I would, if I'm gaming, I'm going, I got blown last night.
Yeah.
bro."
Yeah, just say that, yeah. I
but
respect
nah,
you
I had-
more as a man.
Wait, Jharal, well, think about it. Do you reckon with your career you would have been a one-club man?
Oh, 100. I've always said this. I definitely, when I signed my first contract with the Broncos, I said, if you just keep bringing me the contracts, I'll keep signing them. Yeah. Now, I say that. But if I knew what I knew, now, when I was younger and when I'm still playing, I might have changed my mind, but the mindset I had then, yes. But, I didn't dabble in the, out in the world. I didn't go in the market. So, eventually I got. No, I didn't. I didn't have to.
Was
so,
there any? Did you ever get word of any?
Oh yeah, so that's what I mean. So later down the track, when I talk to people that I know, I was getting offers by the Roosters, Para, and the Warriors, and
You
they
wouldn't
were
have been
like,
going to Para.
they were,
after that
they were,
game. Para brushed you once.
yeah, and they were almost doubling my contracts of what the Bronx gave me. So the Bronx knew what they were doing, but I was pretty set. You know, like I was comfortable. I never had money when I grew up anyway. So why the fuck would I need more? Didn't bother me. So yeah, I was never going anywhere. But you know what? You get old.
Yeah.
You know, they try to move you on, and I probably would have
It's
took a
funny,
big
isn't it?
cash.
Like going for good cash, like Dame was saying
Yeah.
before about fitting in the sides. Sometimes it's not all it's
Exactly.
cracked up
Well,
to be.
you look at people who've done, like, I still talk to Kempy about this. Denon, like, he left the Broncos probably the worst time he could have left the Broncos. He won no, he didn't win it. They lost to Melbourne. They went close. They lost a semi to make the grand final.
Yeah.
He leaves and goes to the Warriors for 3 years on massive cash, but it opens if it wasn't for him, it opens doors for like myself. So I still say to him, thank you so much for fucking leaving, because it's like, Geordie says, if I don't get injured, IOT or him playing, but that's just the way rugby league works.
Yeah.
It's clockwork like that. So you count your blessings and you go with it.
get done with it.
But he came back and I shit myself. I was shitting myself. I genuinely was, because he only left for 2 years, and I don't think he did the third year of his contract, and he came back. And I was like, oh, here we go. Me and Tones were there, but I wasn't the amazing trainer. Tones was really good at training.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, fuck, I'm probably gonna get. I'm not saying I was down the list on trainers. I was just below him on, fitness. So I was like, oh fuck, I'm probably gonna go.
How was it? How was it for you, Geordie, moving up to Townsville? Talk me through what it was getting you up there, and then how it was once you got there.
Bro, it was pretty tough in the first couple, like 6 weeks, because I didn't have the family with me.
Yeah.
But right at the start,
Played a lot of PlayStation. He did actually.
Bro, I did. I had to
'Cause
buy
I
a
was-
monitor because I had no family, bro.
I was on every night. I did have a family, but I'm actually not a big family like his. So.
But yeah, so I was in Māori camp the week leading up to the decision.
Yeah.
I just remember my manager was ringing me throughout the week, just saying that the Cowboys were keen, and I just didn't want to focus on anything else. I said I'll make a decision after the game, and then I literally left Melbourne, flew to Brisbane airport, met the Cowboys physio at the airport, and then did like a medical there.
Oh shit.
And then they tried to get me up that night, so like the same day I got back from Melbourne, they tried to get me up there, which was a Saturday. But I said obviously I wanted to spend some time with my family first. And then I left on the Sunday night to Townsville, and the first 6 weeks was tough, but as soon as family came up, it was just so much
Can
better.
I ask, because I've never felt this, and I don't know, but were you a little bit hurt when you found out you had to go to the Cows because of like not being, well, I actually don't know, but not being wanted at the Broncos?
Just before you answer that, mate, one of my mates, me and Raz were massive Broncos fans.
Yeah.
And we found out that we were like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah.
Like, I thought you would have been like a priority to keep re-signed before you,
So I had with Siebes, he does these trainings where it's pretty much like the start of preseason, he chooses his teams, you know what I mean? And that team will wear the Broncos jerseys, and another team will wear like a bib or wear the away jerseys. And I was just always in the away team, and I was always looking across, and I remember after training, I was like, Siebes was like, am I going to get a shot this year? And he's like, oh, you keep training hard, just keep your head down, like all that stuff. You never know what will happen. And then a couple of weeks later, I was still in that side, just training my ass off, always trained pretty hard. Still didn't get a shot, so I went and seen him in his office, and he pretty much said that I could look elsewhere and that I wasn't going to get a go because I was behind a few of the boys. And I pretty much I told him how much the club meant to me. I didn't want to go anywhere. I was pretty emotional in the chat. I felt like I deserved my spot. Like I worked my ass off. I've always, been so professional and trained so hard. So it was a bit hard to see other boys put in the side that weren't doing that.
Yeah.
And not just doing, I can say this. I watch, Geordie, the group he hangs around, and the group you hang around work so hard, not just off the field. Like this shit is not an option for them. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I go home, see my family, I eat good food, I train my ass off, and I want to play footy.
But
and
also,
that was the life of the group that you were with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
as Freddie said too. Like as fans, it's almost like it's almost half offensive when someone like Seabot comes in. Geordie's Kiwi international
Because
and
we're
plays
thinking
good
of you
footy.
as like
Yeah.
a regular.
And then
for
he
fucking
comes
5
in.
years,
He
you
comes
know?
in and says to blokes like you, like you're not.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Can you imagine what he
Yeah.
feels like? Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's why I asked the
Yeah.
question. You know, what did it feel like? And you know, when new people come in, and I've only had 2 coaches in my career, but when new people come in, some people have different philosophies and they see things different.
Yeah.
And you know what? Personally, I've got nothing bad to say about Anthony Siebes, but you know, it obviously wasn't the right philosophy, and it's really hard to watch that happen to a club that has had such a great philosophy. I'll say that 3 times, but such a great philosophy over a long period of time, because you know, you knock people down that have been here, and you know, he said, you know, the word before he was like, I love this club. Man, there's not many people that say this about rugby league clubs anymore, because I'm one of them, and I know what it feels like to have a love for a place, and like I know what Geordie feels like. It's fucking it's hard, bro. So yeah, it's to watch from the outside, to watch people like him leave, to watch Moose leave, and to have a sour taste in our mouths when they go is like a fuck this, you know, it's like a real like fuck this.
And loyalty, bro, is not that big anymore. Like a lot, as we were saying before, a lot of people leave for money or for position changes, all that sort of stuff. So when you get someone coming in saying, I love this club, I want to stay, and like that's at any club, and then you say, oh, you're not wanting, you can have a look around or whatever. It's like, bro, you're not going to get this much passion and loyalty from other cunts. Like you can sign this kid in or poach him from over here, and it's not going to be the same. Like,
yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy industry, and I just feel like, I got no bad blood against Siebes or anything, but I think he didn't kind of understand the place. He was only told stuff before he got there, and when he was there, he didn't really. Like, I probably left 2 months after he was there.
Yeah.
So he didn't really know what type
The
of person
he
I
was.
what I'd do.
And were Cowboys like, yeah, fucking oath?
Yeah,
Like,
well, because Barb's just left there.
Had his
Barb's
troubles.
Barb, love you, Barb's. He's a massive subscriber of the
Yeah.
podcast as well. So keep it real up there in Mactown, my baby. I got you, my bro. Try to call me on the weekend, FaceTime. Don't do it ever again.
But yeah.
He's back playing, eh?
Is he? Soccer?
Yeah.
He played soccer for
Yeah.
soccer.
And
Back playing league, yeah.
he's
Bro.
killing it, bro.
He's just one of those dudes.
He
that's
scored
good at
4 goals in
anything,
his debut.
Bro, that's me.
Really?
Yeah.
It's because
Can you
he's
imagine
got
this little
those-
black
bro,
Aboriginal kid just running around as a
It's 'cause
striker?
he's got those, bro. It's those feet. Remember, he was playing the Dogs and he lit it
The
up.
dampers,
Those feet,
the big
bro.
damper feet. That's Torres Strait Islander feet, bro.
Do you remember last year Keenan went out to Sanford to try to play soccer?
Yeah, and then
about
2
weeks,
months
he's
later,
like,
he's back
"Fuck
at
this
Mitchie
shit."
going, "Fuck this
Jeez,
shit."
who could have seen that failing? Wow.
Yeah, because you can't fight in soccer.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why.
exactly.
You can't fight
there's no
someone in soccer.
aggression,
There's no
bro.
aggression in
Yeah.
soccer.
Yeah, a bloke who could get in a fight in a phone booth wants to go play a game
He's
where,
a shocker.
where people breathe
He'd
on
be
you
good at
and you
hockey,
faint.
ice hockey.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
his
He
go.
needs something like that.
Yeah.
We lock him in a cage.
Well,
UFC,
I'll
just
move to
keep him
Canada
going.
one day, so I might just go. Come over, see
Yeah.
if you can. Yeah. See if you can come over and just fight some people. You little fucking white Jesus.
It's all
Bro,
right.
he's aggressive, bro. He's aggressive, and
Hey,
it
bro,
scares me.
that's-
He
oi,
stabbed me with a fork once.
Calm down, bro. That's someone's dad you're talking about. You need to calm the fuck down.
Well, yeah. So apologies.
Nah, congrats, Keenan. Congrats, Matty. Well done.
Yeah.
You're
Cute
not far-
baby too.
You're
Real
not far
cute
away,
baby.
Jharal, yeah?
Yeah, March.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, March, a little boy. So
Good.
And Jordan,
Oh,
you
there
got
you go.
30 of them, or?
What do you got?
Yeah.
he's got a clan, bro, at the moment. Yeah.
Nearly enough for 2 teams. Nah, bro, I'm keen to have heaps. It was only me and my brother growing up, so I wanna have as many kids as possible.
Jess is
as many as
surely-
the bank account allows.
Jess is surely done.
Freddie, how's your little
Hey?
adventure
Yeah.
going to add another one?
I said Jess is surely done.
What, Dad?
She's keen.
Oh, she's keen. Oh,
Yeah.
well,
You still,
Sperm counts there. So.
yeah, it's good on you, bud.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah,
Proud of you,
but,
big
is
guy.
there 2 lines or 1, bro? Sperm count don't mean shit unless there's 2 lines and a little stick.
Yeah, we'll just see. We just got.
Well,
I know
had
that
to
I'm in
get
the game
checked
now.
one year, eh?
I'm
You
in
had
the
to
You're
check-
in the game. Yep, you're off the bench.
have you gone and checked? You went and
No,
checked.
he
I
went
only
and
got
checked.
checked.
I
Yeah,
went
I had to.
checked, yeah.
Yeah. What did you? How'd you go?
I was just nothing was happening for ages, and then
Oh, really?
when I got checked, and then literally a week later, she fell pregnant.
Did they tell you how many million per?
Nah, but I was low.
Bro, they were like, it'd be like Jesus and Mary if you would have fucking.
No way.
Yeah, because I was
Yeah.
like below a million, and you meant to be between like 15 and 20 to be
Oh.
normal, and I was
Right.
below a million.
I think my
It's
nurse said to
peptides,
me.
bro.
She said.
Peptides is what it's
I think the
doing.
nurse said to me
Yeah,
just one
peptides
word.
don't
I
help
think
you.
she just said elite.
Yeah.
Elite, yeah, elite.
How weird do you feel taking it into the get tested?
Nah, fuck. That's,
Oh, bro.
that's
you
my
feel
bread.
like
And,
everyone knows that you're
Yeah.
doing
that's my
it.
bread and butter.
And the second time I did it, they gave me a fucking clear cup. So the first time I got a white cup, and the second time it's all clear. So I'm just like, and have you seen it after it's not warm and stuff? It looks like just clear liquid. And I was
Yeah.
and I put it
You've
on the
seen it
desk.
before, you lie. Fucking lie.
At least in the white cup, you can like put it there and fuck off before they get to open and have
so
a look.
I put it on the desk, and then she's like, "Can you fill this out, please?" So it's just sitting there while I fill all this shit out. And I'm like,
I'm in my
"That's
element.
my
If I
sperm.
do
Can you
that-
just take that back
Everyone's
there?"
watching me. Hurry up.
I'm in my element. If I go there, I'm just smiling at every person going past.
Nah,
I'm like,
bro,
yeah,
it's
fuck.
so orcs.
Nah, don't care.
Right,
I've done it in some weird
yeah.
places.
But that was the same Geordie. Is like we were struggling, and so
Yeah.
I did get it checked, and
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, "Yeah, you got to
Well,
get
if
off
you're asking
something."
me, it took
Oh,
me
true.
3 weeks. 3 weeks. So
elite.
Yeah.
Elite,
elite,
that's
bro.
the one
And we
word,
weren't even
elite.
like my missus just went off the pill or whatever.
Yeah.
The contraception. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had a big night on the beers, and went home and
Deliver the goods.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I was getting
too.
I was
Yeah.
getting to the stage where Righty was going to have to jump on her, and then I was going to this black curly-haired little kid.
Once we get off
At
camera,
least
bro,
he'll be
you
a
can-
good bloke.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
as soon as we
true.
get off camera,
True.
you take some tips. The boys have got no troubles
true.
here, all right? Who's fucking...
Comes
I
out wearing
told
a
ya.
fucking Manly jersey.
Yeah. True.
Man,
I told you,
yeah.
cut down on your daily peptide intake, big boy.
It's not
And
the
it'll be
peptides,
good.
bro. It's the
Hey,
fucking
do you say
steroids.
big boy? It's 76 kilos.
Nah,
of
it's
rig
not the
there, bro.
peptides.
Bro,
You
you
got to
look
get
like a
deep.
different person.
You got to
than
get
that.
deeper. You got a small dick. You can't get right in there up your missus. That's what's
No,
wrong.
that's why you turn upside down like gravity.
Oh
feed that
Jesus!
shit,
All
bro.
right, it's turned into a porno podcast, right?
Oh, but going back to the first question I asked like fucking 3 hours ago, who's going to win the grand final?
Yeah. We went.
It's been
I'm,
good timing.
I'm going.
Right.
I'm going Melbourne. I just think.
Righty,
Melbourne.
one word.
Melbourne, of course.
Geordie,
Melbourne.
Freeds.
Yeah, I think Melbourne. Eh?
Yeah, I think Melbourne.
Can you-
I wouldn't really be mad.
Clive Churchill. Can we do Clive Churchill?
yeah.
Yeah, Clive Churchill. But say if it wasn't Cameron Smith, which we all think it will be.
I don't think it is.
Right.
Oh.
I'll just tell you my bets that I got for the weekend, because every bet that I do just bet the opposite. But so
Gamble responsibly.
yeah, we got a huge. So we got our boy Whitaker fighting in the co-main
Oh,
event
yeah,
UFC
okay.
on Sunday.
Yeah, at like 3:30 in the
Morning,
morning.
yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck
which is
me.
sweet. So I went Tuivasa.
Ty?
Tight in the
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
The best in the West.
against Stefan Struve, and then I went
Yeah.
Whitaker to beat Kenemy.
Kenemy, yeah.
Because I think everyone's just talking about Kenemy.
I think it's because he's really big and
But
black.
he hasn't fought
He's-
anyone like
yeah.
Whitaker yet.
And he's come
Have you
down
seen
2
that guy?
weight
Yeah,
classes
he's
too.
big and
He's black.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet, man.
And
I
he
know.
started at heavyweight, so everyone goes heavyweight come to...
And then I reckon
light
our boy
heavyweight.
Gaethje can do Khabib.
Yeah, I think you're talking shit there.
Yeah.
'Cause I think he's
Like
28-0 for a reason,
Gaethje's
bro.
never been
He's-
taken down, but once Khabib gets on the
No,
ground...
I think Gage's a really good. I've watched a lot of Gage's, previous wrestling, but man, Khabib's a
probably-
different breed, bro. He's a different breed.
They're two of my favourites, but I don't
Yeah.
see anyone beating Khabib,
Nah.
bro. He'd take you to the ground.
What about
and
when he just
punch in
was
the-
talking to Conor McGregor? You want to talk now? You want to talk now? Just punching his face in.
Bro, he's in press conferences. Someone on the phone goes, "Just send me your location, bro. I'll come fight you." Well, just
Straight
send
up
me the
gangster,
fucking
man.
location.
And then I jumped on the Cameron Smith for the Clive Churchill.
You always
No,
notice
oh.
with those sort of things, there'll be two blokes who get mentioned a lot, like in the lead up to it. Like, remember when it was Para Melbourne, they talked about Hayne and Slater,
Yeah.
and Slater got it. There's always, you can work
Yeah.
it out with certain sides.
Well,
Fleury and
I'm
Smith at the
I'm going real left field, boys, and you're probably going to think I'm an idiot, but I think this bloke has had a really big influence on Melbourne the whole year, and he's really flown under the radar. And I
Jerome
think
Hughes.
Jerome Hughes
Yeah.
is going to get
How
Clive
good-
Churchill.
How
How
good
good
I
is
really do.
Right,
Him
how
and
good was he last
Pappenhausen.
week?
Yeah, man, and you know what? Without Jerome Hughes, because Cam Munster's been holding a injury for the last 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
Without Jerome Hughes, man, they don't win games.
They don't give it
Yeah.
to Kiwis,
That-
but
And he's brought back.
Wow. Yeah, because they gave it to Jack One, Blackfellas for life. Yes.
Bro, remember that
The
year?
originals, Aboriginals, yes.
Tohu Harris should have got it, bro. Should have got it.
Yeah,
a couple
yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
I think. No, who?
How
Cronk?
good did Tohu Harris play this year?
Bro,
Holy
he's the
Yeah.
man.
fuck! Back
In
over
a
the
yeah,
year,
in a side, yeah.
in a losing side, who's
Yeah.
come over here. He's been stuck over here for that long. That's
Man.
unbelievable. He was fucked. So
It's not
good.
about having your resume, eh?
He's very, very good.
He's mean.
He was the most consistent player all season, I reckon.
I've had a
Like,
Deli M medal actually, under 20s level. Yes.
Nice.
No, it doesn't count. That comp's not on anymore.
And Jordy, was that your first year over here for the 20s or?
No, so I finished school here. I went to
okay.
Kibra Park for 2 years, yeah.
And did you just win it that year? When
Second
you're
year,
schoolboy, yeah,
09,
yeah.
09 we won it. 08 we should have won it. We had like the gun school team.
Were you-
Normie was there. Corey
Oh,
Norman
right.
was in my team.
Were you playing fullback for that?
Nah, I was on the wing.
Oh,
I was
okay.
on the wing then. That's probably
Oh,
why.
the pig and
Fuck.
swing.
No, but actually that's why I played fullback because I fullback that year
Normie was.
couldn't catch
Oh.
Rankin's torps.
Oh,
that's
really?
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
playing for
Yeah.
PBC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they put me at fullback.
Who was in your side that year? The year you won it?
Ben Murdoch,
Yeah.
Isaac Liu.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Who else went on? Oh, Ignatius Parsi.
Oh, yeah. Geez, that's a
else do we
decent.
have?
Oh, no
Yeah.
wonder you won it. Jesus
I went
Christ.
to Ferny Grove. We did agriculture.
Yeah, we had walking group at Kedron. Yeah.
I drove a tractor around
I
sometimes.
always, used to say, out of all the blokes that come out of Ferny Grove that I know that are good footballers, why don't they play school footy and then like
They do. And they come to Mount Ruby and they fucking smash it.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
he's a fucking shit
Oh
too.
my God.
But we don't, cause we didn't have any
Jeez.
like
A bloke who can knock
program.
off a
Yeah.
camera from the joint, they don't detect it for 3 months.
Oi.
It's not
Oi.
exactly a smart school.
For
There's
sure, there's teachers that listen to this, and it's not that camera. But,
that is minor. That's minor compared to the things you say.
Yeah.
You worried about the camera talking?
Don't worry about the camera talk, mate.
well, yeah, boys, we got a bunch of questions, and we've
Yep.
fucking. I know.
Let's get through the
Yeah.
questions then, so we can
Sure.
go to the. We need a feed. Have a feed.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
We got our boy Nate from Rugby League Podcast America. He goes, if you had any chance for the both the boys, if you had any chance to transfer to an American sport, which one would it be? And if they could play footy with any American athlete, who would it be?
Ooh.
Damn.
Oh, yours would be basketball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably
Ball.
basketball. I don't know if I got the knees for it, but
Yeah.
Yeah, all the ankles.
Oh, mine would be NFL. Mine would be
ankles. You definitely don't have the.
if it's
ankles.
American.
I don't have the
If
knees.
American sport, yeah. The fuck no, I don't know. Definitely get my ankles broken there. Oh, shit.
Basketball, and if I could play with anyone over any time
D-Rose.
period,
Yeah.
nah, I'll be Jordan for sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Carry me to a few rings.
I'm going NFL just because it seems.
Big beast mode wide receiver.
It seems easy
you would've been gone.
without like reading the plays and just running a route. Seems easy.
Ask Hainsey.
Seems
Ask
easy. I
Hainsey,
said
bro.
seems easy. So I'm not saying that I would be able to read the plays because I'm not that smart. They all go to college, bro. They're smart. Those
There's
fucking
so
blokes.
much
They're
shit.
football
There's so much
stuff.
shit you got to know before
And
you
when
play
but
that.
when they're at
Bro.
college, they're fucking their subject is football.
They're A students.
You
So
know,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
it.
And rugby league with any sportsman. Any sportsman?
Boy, you just said if they could play footy with any American athlete.
Oh, American
Right.
athlete.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, play footy with them.
Yeah.
MJ
Or-
wouldn't have been that great.
or-
Oh,
no.
bro, it's LeBron
No,
for sure.
but
the
I
big
think he
truck.
means any sport.
Yeah.
Oh, any sport. Mine would probably be
I'd play with like Misha Tate or something like Ronda Rousey.
mine would be Julio
I should
Jones.
play with you, bro.
Julio Jones.
Oh, he
Yeah,
can
I'm a
play,
Falcons
man.
fan. Yeah,
he can play.
Yeah, big boy, big sexy
Big
motherfucker.
beast,
Like
mate.
just yeah.
Remember when like that?
Julio.
They had wide receivers like when Megatron was at Detroit.
Oh,
and that. And you're just
Megatron.
going,
Phew.
it's just not fair.
No.
Like,
Calvin.
throwing the ball around.
Calvin, my dog.
Big Calvin. He was a beast.
We got one from Greg Morparts.
Greg.
Yeah.
Shout out, Greg.
Greggy Morparts.
First time listener.
Malpass.
First time caller.
Yeah, but I say Morparts. and
Morpass.
Don't correct me because I
Yeah,
sound like a fuckwit.
You don't. It's not
Thanks.
funny. Fucking.
Thanks for the question, Greg.
Yeah, but he goes,
Long time listener, first time caller.
Yeah, he goes, ask Jordan to describe the difference between the Broncos and Cowboys training and playing structures.
Oh wow.
Which setup suited?
How long you-
how long you
suited
got?
more?
Do you want another couple of boxes here?
Cowboys probably suited me more, especially when I was playing centre, because I got a lot more ball. I feel like this year the centre's got a bit more ball. Tones did.
What tones?
Just
is
early
different, I
ball
think.
tones.
Yeah.
Early ball tones. Do you work?
That's what they call it. They don't think it's a player. These early ball tones.
But yeah, they're both pretty similar. Every club, I think, just runs similar plays, and it's just some clubs do it better than the others.
Cleaner.
Yeah, and I
And-
think Cowboys. I got a lot of ball at the Cowboys, which I enjoyed, and I felt like I probably didn't get enough here,
Yeah.
especially this year.
Look at what you're saying about run the same plays. Look how much ball Brinko Lee gets now. And
He's had a good year.
Yeah, and
Very
like
good
he
year.
looks like if you
He's
had
my
said-
first try scorer for the weekend,
If you had
boys.
said
Not a bad
when he
bet.
played 4 games or something last year, he'll be starting
that
regularly
I
in the
bet.
Melbourne side.
Yeah.
I would have gone, I don't know about that, man.
Yeah,
Like,
when the Gold Coast let you walk and then
Yeah.
you're like, and Melbourne
and
picks up.
Yeah.
then he goes back to the form that he had showed fucking at Canberra and shit.
Promising.
And look
He's
at
sharp, man.
Olam on the other side.
Why don't you just wait for one of them? You know.
What?
Well, you know, Branko Lee's probably going to take a big contract somewhere because that's what Melbourne players do. They go there, they become somebody and go get a lot of money. So maybe he's leaving this year. Just go, Craig, brother, you know. Win a GF next year.
As he lets the boys be themselves, like what we
Yeah.
were speaking about before, how the boys are just characters.
Yeah,
How many characters and
Oh,
shit do they do down there?
100%.
Oh.
And he just he lets them.
Well, I think
be
I think there's a
happy.
line though. As long as you're playing good footy,
Yeah,
if you're playing shit
Yeah.
footy, then
But also,
change it.
imagine trying to put a cage on Munster and the cheese in the same time, bro.
You can't put a
those two
you
in
can't put a
general
cage
blow
on the
you apart.
Prez. You
Oh.
can't put a cage on the Prez.
Actually, you
Munster.
need to ask Bucket about cheese.
Yeah.
Has he told you about him?
Yeah, is that about the
Kimmy
punch on
Ingebrigtsen
there?
Yeah.
told us, yeah, one hand punch a piss
Calves.
out of someone. Oh,
He
silly.
can throw him.
That's
G.
Fuck,
Yeah.
man.
That's mold.
It's so
That's mouldy,
funny
isn't it?
Watching him last week,
Is he mouldy?
It's like he
Yeah.
walks off
Yeah.
the field and he
Mouldy?
doesn't realise how tired he is, but he's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
tackled
yeah.
himself into the
goes
ground.
hard.
I've got so Sully, the other boy from out, like the head coach from Mount Mariam and the
Yep.
assistant bitch.
Well,
he
why
got-
put yourself down? Leave that for me, big guy. I'll take it.
I thought I'd jump ahead so you know if I could do
Yeah.
it. But for you, Jharal, are you enjoying the radio gig?
Yeah,
You
loving it.
Yeah.
I think that's it's something that I'm probably going to do for a long time now. You know, I'd like any big radio stations to come and get me. It'd
Yeah.
be good,
So
you know.
you're
But
available by
also
a
with-
big radio station that could be listening. That if you want to
Yeah.
snare a big star,
No, look,
like
no, I'm not
Jharal,
gonna,
yeah,
I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna lie. I love working at the job I do right now. The people here are amazing, and it's hard to feel loved by an organisation because I think, you know, we've lost it a little bit. You know, we lost it in the last couple of years at the Bronx, like caressing your staff. I think that's
Yep.
what we lost a little bit there. And I used to love working at the Bronx, but I think the last couple of years was a bit, it was a little bit, you know, the staff wasn't enjoying themselves. So I've gone to a different organisation, and 98.9 are amazing. And I literally am a DJ. That's all I do, and talk shit.
And they
And
play
country
some of
music.
the
I get
best
to play,
country,
yeah,
bro.
Sick.
Bro, play the
Straight
best
up.
country. And what about Luke Coombs' new album? Do you hear it's out today?
Yeah, it's dropped
Oh,
today.
really?
I haven't had
Mickey
a
Mouse,
chance to
bro.
listen to
Is
it.
it good?
Yeah, and tomorrow, Florida Georgia Line are dropping a new song with Nelly, so check it out.
with Nelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Windows down.
Yeah.
That's full redneck, right?
That is
That's
full
They play
redneck.
that at Trump rallies and free.
And it's, you know, that's the thing about working in radio. You hear about all the scoops and you get to listen to all new music, country music, and yeah, it's pretty cool. We were singing last time.
Yeah.
We were blind. I mean,
Oh,
we
you
were sober.
blind, I was fucking sober.
I was shit faced.
I don't drink, bro.
Oh, boys, we'll finish it with a question from the mechanic, Jason Staten. And
Jason Statham.
There's,
so the mechanic, he runs the line down at West Mitchie, and he's
Good
a
man.
killer.
Yeah.
But he just wants to know both of yous, your highlight of your careers, at the moment.
Could take a while. There's some good ones
A
there.
highlight for me, I've probably got two. Would have been my Kiwi debut and the Māori All Stars. That'd be my two. Just yeah.
My highlights of my career. Well, I'm lucky enough. I've had two careers. I've got another career now, so I've got a few things I've been done. But I think Origin, for me was probably. I mean, every kid that plays rugby league dreams to do that. And the other one would be the Indigenous All Stars. I mean, like I was lucky enough to play in the inaugural year where I grew up watching Preston Campbell. He was my idol, and he created that moment. So to be able to play in front of my people was like, it was a big turn in reconciliation for Australia, I think. Because as Indigenous people, we speak rugby league is a second language to us, and that's how we get across to people. So, for me, the closing the gap pretty much, from black and white, I think was huge once that game was played, and there's a lot more respect there, and we've come further. So those are probably another highlight of my life is having my son in March. So that's pretty.
Meeting your
that's-
missus was
that's well, I've got to have her to have my son.
Yeah.
Already, so
And coming on Any Given Monday's
Yeah.
podcast.
yeah,
man.
this is
Hey,
for the
well,
second
bro.
time, boys.
Yeah, we can.
Fuck, I'll send you an invoice.
Don't worry, Freddie's still waiting for your brother to pay him for living in his house. He reckons.
He still owes royalties,
I'm
bro.
still cleaning the fucking cum stains off my bed.
You should have used some of them. You wouldn't be watching number 2 now.
Well,
Should have put it in a cup.
oh,
Yeah, clear cut, bro.
Clear
Clear
one.
cut. Yeah.
here's this
That was,
4X.
that was a good call, Rod. That
Thanks,
was quick
thanks, man,
too.
thanks.
Fuck, you're witty tonight.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Barth.
But wait, right,
Running off the big dog. Well,
You wanna run these-
with Kevy returning, positive thing.
Oh,
Seems
100%.
positive.
Bro,
100%.
100.
Just from outside looking in, I've met Kevy. He misses her youngest son. Used to play with Kevy.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else. And I
No, I was worried that too. But I said I can understand.
Mrs.
He was the
fucking.
Queen. He was Queensland coach.
Yeah.
Don't be talking about fucking cunt till you get that second kid. Till you get your second one in the shot there, mate. Then you
can talk.
then
yeah.
you talk
It's
your
fair call.
game up,
It's
big
fair
boy.
call.
Yeah, no, 100%.
No, no.
Yeah,
Kevy's a
and
massive
Kevy was
plus.
just a real good bloke. And when he missed out, Seabold, to me, he's an intelligent bloke, but he's always trying to be the smartest bloke in the room. And you know, a lot of people, if they've been, he was uni lecturer. If you're a teacher, you're going to interview well for a job. So you're going to be able to know what people want to hear, what to say, how to present yourself well.
Well, the way I put it is, Kevy's resume speaks for itself. He's won 6 premierships at this place. He's been a massive part of the Brisbane Broncos and Queensland. But I don't always think a leader is a person who tells people what to do. I think a leader listens. I think Kevy is a perfect person for that, and I think Kevy knows that he needs to develop more as well. And I think that's what's enjoyable for him because he's got such a young side to be able to listen to the players that he listens to. So, you know, I've had a lot to do with Kevy in the last couple of years. He's a really good friend of mine as well. So, you know, I've got nothing to say but nice things about him. But I'm sick of people running him down saying that he doesn't know how to coach.
Yeah, I've even heard people say
Well,
that.
you know what?
Who the fuck would think that?
No one's Anthony Seabolt never really coached, you know, until he came here. So just give him a chance, you know. And you know what? If he fails, he'll put his hand up and
Right.
say
But
that he
there's-
did.
If all he does,
There's so many fucking couch quarterbacks.
oh,
You know,
1,000%.
fucking telling how to change.
Brett
and-
Favre.
Oh, bro.
Oh,
bro,
massively.
if all Kevy does is bring back the culture, that's all. If all he does is bring back a bit of that Broncos steel,
Yeah.
that's all he's like. If
got
that's the one thing he does, we don't have a worry next
Yeah,
year.
you
Like we
can-
go good.
100%.
you got to be confident that in 12 months we're going to be talking and the Broncos are going to be in a far, far better place.
Well, look,
than
I
they are
hope
at the moment.
Yeah,
I hope
no-
people run us down. I
Yeah.
hope because
Oh, yeah.
we.
But when you think
What-
about it, it's not been done. Like, we're coming, we're. The Broncos that I support.
No, you can say that.
Yeah. So they're coming from a point they've never come from in history.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
where they're like, no one's expecting fucking anything.
Yeah.
You know, like, where they always expect top eight.
Yeah.
Which and
But-
and rightly so. And it's funny how people forget about the actual culture and the solar clubs. Like they always used to say that about Manly. Manly need to be coached by a Manly man who knows like the culture of the joint and the history. Brisbane are the same.
Yeah.
Some clubs they need a bloke who knows the tradition.
Yeah.
You can't change too many things.
Bring
like
back the barbecue.
Ah,
Bring back the barbie.
Bro, people forget a whole lot about you losing when you start winning. Look at every
Oh,
Parramatta
massively.
fan in the world
Yeah.
now wears their
Yeah.
kit
Yeah.
everywhere.
Oh, that's it.
5 years ago, bro, Parramatta fans weren't.
Yeah, sometimes you
anywhere.
need to
There
go
was
through
no-
the hard times.
Perfect,
yeah.
perfect example. Like, and I've never met Matt Lodge, but he was playing good football for a couple of years, and no one was saying nothing. Now there's been dramas. Now there's stories coming out, you know, accusing him of he was a disruptive influence and this and that. And I don't know if any of this is true. I was thinking, and I said, and I wrote this thing on our page, and I said, how come this hasn't come out before this?
Well,
When
yeah.
you
People
know,
forget a lot of things
Yeah.
when you're playing good footy.
yeah, 100%.
It is
Jordy,
what it is.
is Kevy someone you could call? Like, you know how you said you could
Ring him now.
yeah.
Like-
So I've
like
I've
what
spoken
you-
to Kevy.
oh,
Yeah,
you have?
yeah. I rang him after our ball and just said, I want to get this club back to where it should be, pretty much. And yeah, so
He's
hopefully.
keen.
Look, there's still a while. There's still a while. Well, what?
Yeah.
I mean, you got a month.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got a month
yeah.
until. Yeah, so look, I know for a fact there's a lot of talks happening right now behind
Yeah,
closed
there's
doors.
lots
Yeah,
going
There's
on.
a
fair
lot.
enough
There's a lot
too.
going
That's
on.
at every club too. There's
Yeah.
a lot of player
Well,
movement
there's a-
already. So
Well, it's
the
not even
scout
about
bit
player
like that.
moving. I think there's a lot of conversation about where the club's going at the moment. So I think
And also-
individually, people like Geordie will get sorted out as soon as possible. But I bet there's probably a lot more.
And Jharal,
You know,
is the possibility
there's-
with you getting back in there?
No. I think that's a. Yeah, I'm not even. That's not even in my head.
Yeah.
I'm just. All in my head is just doing the job that I'm doing at the moment because I'm not going to hold my breath
Yeah.
because the last thing I want is them employing people that they don't need to and struggle again. Like, I know they're not struggling, but they just need to worry about the footy starter stuff first, and then I'll come. Then and then everything else, and then I'll come and knocking. And I'll ask the question. I'll ask the question.
Swoop, I like it. Like when
Magpie season, boys.
I like it.
Right.
I used to have a similar plan at the Caco to get about 3 o'clock, and these girls would be by
I
themselves.
still do.
And then
when the lights turn on, it's time to start swooping in,
Lights
boys.
turn on, Roddy's making out with the fucking pole.
3-0, it's 5 o'clock. I'm looking $1 million at 3-0. That's like this and that. All these guys like Freedy fucking walking around in tight mesh singlets and shit.
So you're trying to pick him
up? They've all gone home with dudes, but nothing wrong with that.
You're walking around going, I thought she was way uglier before, but she looks half alright now.
Hey,
I
princess.
think that's what my missus said about me.
Yeah,
That's
right.
the spirit.
Right, you want to take this bitch out?
Nice.
Yeah,
Boys
we'll
out.
let these boys get in.
Righto, fearless
sorry,
leader.
right before you go. Thanks, Geordie, for coming on.
Appreciate
Thanks
it,
again,
mate.
Jharal.
Sure.
Cheers.
You're welcome, boys.
Yeah.
Give the sponsors a plug too, don't
Yeah,
you?
cheers to Mates Merchandise. That's MAAATES. Get there for your thongs and shit.
I've got one of those too.
Yeah,
I've
go
got
in.
some.
They go hard. Brick
Jordy will
Lane.
grab you something before you leave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brick Lane Brewery. Get there. Just drink Brick Lane. It's good shit.
Yeah.
We got Overexertion for all your apparel, all your sports apparel. Get that shit in ya. And Maroon Mentality.
Maroon
Good
Mentality.
book written by Bergs. Probably got Jharal in
I
there.
mean, he does.
And
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
and when we buy our beers, we buy them from Black Sheep down at Everton Hills.
Yeah.
He
On
gave us-
Camellia.
I
Freddie's
put the
boy
6
goes,
pack
yeah.
up on the counter today. He's like, nah, it's all good
Yeah.
because I shouted him out the time before.
Yeah.
And,
So we
um,
keep shouting him out. We get free beers. Let's
Hey,
go.
Geordie, you're this brand. So
Black Sheep. That's Lockie's. I think that's Lockie's.
I think he's got a part
Owned
of
by
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Bro, look,
Good
he's got a
wine.
finger
Great,
in your
great wine, listeners. Go down and check them out. They're great wine down there.
And Geordie, I went on during the week to buy a shirt. All sold out, bro.
Yeah, I got another lot coming
So
in.
is this a new thing for you?
Just something I've started. Obviously, being in the bubble, I couldn't, because I'm into my content and stuff. I was keen to push that, but being in the bubble, I couldn't get out of the house. So I was like, how do I build my brand without leaving the house? And I was just like, clothes. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Before we-
that's your copyright too, yeah?
No, I actually haven't. So hopefully
Oh,
no one comes
okay.
after me. Yeah.
Before we
Fuck
go
you
to
all.
Geordie, give yourself a plug, your videography shit, and your new brand as well. Just give yourself a quick plug.
Yeah. So I'm looking at starting
For the 6 people that listen to this shit. Yeah.
starting a fully pledged like PR company where we just link brands with athletes and create content. There's a lot of marketing that goes on. You see the players shouting out different brands all the time and getting paid for it, but I want to be the person that does that for the athletes anywhere. So that along with the merch, make sure you go check it out.
Yeah, fucking
Thanks for having me.
But
Yeah,
appreciate
cheers.
both you boys coming on and
Yeah.
obviously invited any time. We always hit Jharal, we pester him. So.
Jharal's the
Is he
big
gonna do the
card
bear
we
thing?
play.
Yeah, you gonna skull this shit?
Yeah, I'll probably do it.
All right.
Nice.
Story
gotta be
time with
clean.
JRY is back next week too for my potty. Story time with
Hey.
JRY.
All right, sweet.
Back next week, boys.
Us
We're back
three-
next
us,
week.
Us three will wait for the invite.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking definitely not on it.
All right, take it out, right?
I'm not upset you brushed them, but me, yes. Fuck. All right, thanks again, boys, for coming on. Keep listening, everybody. We got Origin coming up. Jharal, we're a show. We'd love to be underdogs. Underdogs, yeah, he's giving me the nod. Fucking look for the ambush. Uncle Wayne's back. He'll be building us up. No one will see us coming. We've lulled him into a false sense of security, and we're going to strike. If you want to bet, if you want to get on us 3-0, that's pretty keen, but don't do that. My daughter gave me a tip. The Fox is a favourite player, so I put some money on him to be Clive Churchill. Foxy playing $61 on the weekend. So
Right.
it started off.
Clive Churchill, you better be paying
yeah,
61
it
bucks.
started off as a joke, but I'm really going to cheer him home now. Again. So remember, get out there. The community's starting to get back to normal. Get out in the pubs, get out in the restaurant, just go out there, enjoy the community, get out in the park, spend some time with your family, spend time with your mates. Remember, don't be a mercenary. I've got a poll coming up. Who's a bigger creep in rugby league, Christian Freed or Tyrone May? That will be posted soon, and we'll be back next week to dissect the game.
Bro,
Take care.
I can't.
Yeah.
Cheers, boys.